Logging into PBCS is very straightforward. Having used a URL in a browser to bring me to my home login screen, I'm now going to log in with my user ID and password. That's now going to take me to the PBCS home screen. This is essentially split into three main areas. First of all, on the right-hand side, we have this set of cards, as they're known. These are buttons that will take me into individual parts of the system. For example, task lists, data forms, and so on. Some of these buttons, like the application one here, have a set of sub-cards held in a cluster. These again will take me simply to different parts of the main application definition. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have what's known as the notification section. Here you'll be able to put up announcements to the users, perhaps to do with maintenance periods, and also the users will be able to see tasks that they have due. If I click on the arrow here, this will take me in to see the actual announcement. And then I can return. This arrow here would of course take me to the 6 tasks or task list items that I have waiting for me. There's also a recent section which shows areas of the system into which I've been, and there's a favourites area so that individual tasks can be tagged as favourites for ease of access. At the top of the screen here you can see that we are in the Planning and Budgeting Cloud system, and this is the name of the individual application we're using. The third and final area I want to show you is the Navigator button here in the top left of the screen. This takes us into a major menu area, and quite a few of these areas you'll be using throughout the course. For example, the Create and Manage area. These are each individual tasks that will allow us to manage things like our data forms, our action menus, our dimensions, and so on. We also have reporting and, of course, the approvals workflow. If we want to look at information about the application, then we can use this section here. In particular, we can go into the Overview section, which will show us information about the cubes in use for the application, the number of task lists, data forms, business rules, and so on. We can look at some information about the cubes themselves, and we can look at our dimensions. We'll be working in this area in a little more detail later in the course. You'll also notice that the cards associated with the application section of the menu screen are now arranged at the top of the screen here. So I can very easily go into, for example, migration if I want to extract or import parts of the system. Once again, we'll be looking at this area later in the course. And now if I want to return to my home page, I can just use the little house sign here, which will take me back to my starting point. If I want to sign out at any point, I can simply click on the arrow next to my login name and use the sign out link.